Hello, welcome to Centennial Hall, room 3107. I'm going to give you a quick rundown on how the technology works in here. Up here at the teacher station, kind of in the middle of the desk, is our touch panel. If the touch panel is black, it just means it's in its screensaver mode. It's always powered on, so you can just touch it to bring it to life if you need to. Right here in the middle it says press here to begin, so that's what we'll do, and then it asks me if I would like to use the projector. For this video we will use the projector, so I'll go ahead and click yes, and that brings the screen down out of the ceiling and it turns the projector on in the middle of the room. It does take about a minute for the projector to power up, so while the projector is powering up, you can log into the computer, and the way you'll do that, I've already done it here, is to put in your UWL 8.4, which is just like the beginning of your UWL email address, and then use your UWL net ID for the password, and that will log you onto the computer. The other thing we can mention here is that there's a wireless microphone for the room. On the top of the wireless microphone is the on-off switch. Simply click that on, and then your microphone will be live. And if you need that, you can go ahead and use this. And you could also, when it asks you if you wanted to power up the projector, if you click no, that would be the way you would power on this wireless microphone without having to use the projector and the rest of the system. When you're all done using the wireless microphone, make sure you click this off because the battery will go down if it's powered on and not being used. So let's make sure and save those batteries. So now our projector is up and it's ready to go. So we just need to choose a source to send to the screen. I'm going to hit the PC button there, and then you'll see that PC becomes highlighted on the touch panel, which means that the PC is going to show up on the screen in the front of the class for us. The next thing on our list is a laptop, and so I'll go ahead and use this little cubby here in the teacher station. It's got all the different connections you need. It has the VGA laptop connection and the HDMI laptop connection, and it also has a little power source right in there, so you don't have to rely on your battery. You can plug right in on the desk there. My laptop uses a VGA, so I go ahead and plug the VGA video in here. If yours used HDMI, you would go ahead and plug the HDMI in and you would choose HDMI laptop rather than the normal laptop like I'm using. I'll go ahead and plug the audio cable into the headphone jack on my laptop, and then I'll press laptop on the screen. Now if your laptop doesn't show up, it might just be because your laptop isn't in the correct mode. In order to switch that mode, you hold down the function key on your keyboard and press the F8 key. On my screen it brings up a nice little menu here. On yours you might have to scroll through those automatically, so you might have to hit that F8 key a couple of times. I choose the duplicate mode, then whatever is showing on my laptop also shows up on the screen in the front of the class. The next thing on the list is our Blu-ray player. It's a Blu-ray DVD player, and it's located here right underneath the document camera on the right-hand side. You can use the front panel controls here, or everything you need to control it is right up here on the touch panel. Your play, your pause, your stop, your menu, and all the other functions that you need are right there. If you want to do a little preview of it, you hit this button that says full screen video, and it brings the video up a little bit bigger so that you can see what you're doing and maneuver around and go back to what you want to do. You'll see that there's a volume knob under here. If I turn this volume, it's going to turn the volume up and down for us, and that's going to be the case with any source that you select. If PC is selected, this volume knob will control the PC. Blu-ray, it will control the Blu-ray. If you have the auxiliary connected, it will control that. So whatever you want to go through the speaker system, you have to also select on the source select there. The next one on the list is the document camera. The document camera is located here on the right-hand side of the desk. The power button is in the back portion there. We make sure the light turns green. It takes about 3 or 4 seconds for it to power up. Your controls are right here next to the camera. Zoom in and zoom out using the little zoom wheel. There's an auto and a manual focus. If you wanted to use those, you'd want to keep that in autofocus unless you had something very active going on underneath the dock cam. And now that dock cam is selected on our touch panel, we know that whatever happens underneath the document camera here is going to show up on the screen for us. The next thing listed here is an auxiliary button, and the auxiliary button is going to give us a choice whether we want to use S-video or composite video, and those connections are right here in the cable cubby once again. If you simply plug whatever device you have into there, such as your iPod or you know, a video camera or something if you wanted to play off of that. You choose which method you're going to use to connect it, and then use the controls that you have on the device in order to make that work. The last thing we have here is our mute audio and our audio control. If we press these buttons, we can mute and unmute the audio. And our audio control is going to give us control of the level of that wireless mic that I had on before and the different controls that we have. Program control is going to be the same as your wheel that I showed you before. On the right-hand side of the touch panel are the light controls. There are 5 different light settings. Lights all on. Lecture with whiteboard is going to keep the whiteboard lights on but turn the lights down in the room. Lecture with no whiteboard is going to keep those lights down and turn the whiteboard off. Theater would really dim the lights so you could watch something on the front, and then of course all off. On the left-hand side are our simple controls like video mute, which is going to turn the video off on the projector, and you press it again to turn it back on. Screen up and screen down is simply going to manually raise the screen for us. And this would be a mute all mics. And last but not least is our help button. If I press that help button, the names and numbers of the Academic Technology Services staff are going to pop up on the screen for us. If you ever have any problems or ever have questions of any kind, please don't hesitate to give us a call.